Hello, everyone. This is the Inner Voice Show, part of the Evolving Mind series in the Togetherness media. I'm Dr. Foojan Zeine. I'm a psychotherapist and the founder of the Awareness Integration Theory. This is a show about what matters most in our life, our mind, our thoughts, feelings, actions, relationships, and our fulfillment in this beautiful journey of life. Today, I will share the tip of the week about the newness in our life, beginning with the spring. Happy spring, everyone. Then I will share with you how to handle your emotional numbness in the Ask Me segment. And then I will bring you Julianne Reeve. He's a consultant, a TED speaker, and the author of Captain Perfection and the Secret of Self-Compassion, a self-help book for the young perfectionist. His adaptive perfectionism helped him become the music director of the Broadway musical Hamilton in the US and played considerable role in his fortune to travel the world and establishing 3 more companies. So we will be talking about the ways that you can be with your own perfectionism through self-compassion. I love to hear from you, so connect with me through my website, Foojan.com, and follow all my social medias through Dr. Foojan Zeine, and message me with your comments and topics of interest. I love to hear from you. But first, this is the tip of the week. Hey, this is Dr. Foojan, and this is the tip of the week. Spring is here. The delicate beauty of flowers that are all around my backyard, celebrating Nowruz, the new day, an ancient Iranian celebration of the beginning of spring. So exciting. I've been feeling elated about celebrating with family members. After 1 year of isolation and having to only socialize through Zoom, after getting our vaccine, we are finally celebrating face to face, enjoying each other. Being in each other's presence is so amazing. Feeling the energy of togetherness is great. Even talking on top of each other in a gathering, which used to be really annoying, feels like a blessing since Zoom would not allow us to talk all at the same time and made us really, really polite. I've been feeling grateful for all of the different venues of connecting that are present to us. Yes, the ability to connect to everyone in the world through technology and being in the vicinity of someone's presence all at the same time. I'm enjoying running groups and being with clients on video as much as I truly enjoy having clients in my office. And I thank you, all of you clients who are driving so far to be with me in my office. Thinking about what's new in my life, I'm going to share with you a feeling of safety and security, family, union, togetherness, love, and gratitude is almost felt on a daily basis. And that's exciting to me. That is new for me to have such an elated mood constantly. So it's wonderful. And I wish it all upon all of you. I'm also excited about new ventures, such as teaching the awareness integration theory at the university. Yay! Offering a certification program for therapists and coaches in the approach, and creating an app based on the approach. So everyone around the world, a different actually languages also, to be able to have the app to work through for themselves, and lots of newness. And that's why I'm so excited about just this newness coming up. And that's where the spring shows up with all of the newness and brings this joy. It's like flourishing, blossoming. I've also noticed that there are behaviors and thought processes that I have to let go in order to bring all of this newness, to open the space for the new ways of being, such as letting go of my expectation for people to be the way I think they should be, people doing things the way I want them to, and grow in the timing that I set for them and react the way I think it's right. Yep. Don't you guys feel that way at times? Most of all, letting go of the negativity as it shows up from inside myself or shows up from outside. An allowance and acceptance of life showing up as is, I can choose the best of what is offered, while I can choose the best of my thoughts and emotions and feelings and behaviors to offer to people around me. That is my new commitment. How about you? What is your new life? What new feelings are you experiencing? And instead of just telling me, no, everything's the same, start looking for something new. I'm positive every day brings something new for you if you start looking for it, right? So, what are some of the new feelings that you're experiencing? What new feelings do you desire to experience? What new thought forms and behaviors would you desire to have and commit to? What new experiences do you have or do you desire to have? What new ventures are you excited about in your life? What do you have to let go in order to open the space for those new ventures to show up? And what is your new commitment to yourself and others? Write them down and share them with me. Email me with them, foojanzeine@gmail.com or drfoojanzeine@gmail.com, either or. And go to my social media. Let me know what you think and what you write. I'd love to hear from you with all of your experiences. Now, for more observational and self-esteem journey, go to my book, Life Reset, the Awareness Integration Path to the Life You Want. And even when you do the exercises in that book, write to me. Let me know your experiences. And as you go through the journey, I love to hear from you. Hello, I'm Dr. Foojan Zeine, and I'm a psychotherapist and a life coach. If you are experiencing anxiety, depression, loneliness, isolation, fear of what's going on with all that's going on in the globe with the coronavirus, what's going to happen to you if you've lost your job and you have a lot of anxiety and you don't know what's going to happen to you and your family, if your kids are at home and you're not used to it and you have no idea how to handle them, if you're working from home and all the structures have changed and you don't really know how to concentrate and restructure and motivate yourself, I'm here for you. Call me and let's have online therapy for anyone who's in California and online coaching for anyone who's in the world. Go to my website, foojan.com, Foojan.com, and let me be a support to you through online therapy and coaching. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you and being a support to you. This is Dr. Foojan, and this is the Ask Me segment. I have gotten this question from someone who answered me on my LinkedIn. And the question is, how do I handle my emotional numbness? It's really uncomfortable, and I feel so away from everybody, and sometimes it's scary. I'm sure it is. It is awkward when we feel that numbness. Sometimes the numbness shows up because it's a reaction to something, like a reaction to a medication that you're experiencing. But overall, when we're just looking at the emotional numbness, it could be a signs of anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress. For someone who's been has been traumatized before and they continue to have it. So when it's about anxiety, sometimes we become really numb because we're feeling so much anxiety that our system kind of shuts it down in order for us to be able to kind of exist and survive that moment. So it becomes, it will go shutting down. I've even had people who've experienced kind of depersonalization, as if they're kind of like leaving their body, or they have a tingling feeling in their tingling sensation, but not really a feeling. There are other people who, due to a lot of depression, there's this chronic, constant sadness, and after the sadness, they'll go into a numbness. And sometimes when the intensity of the emotion is so high for us in our body, our system has a shutdown valve which says, I can't handle all this intensity, so I'm just going to disconnect from it. In order not to be overwhelmed by it. And if we've done that too long, because maybe we were living in a family that had too much in type of emotions that were consistently part of the everyday living. I've worked with children, for example, who lived with families and parents who were constantly fighting, and there was abuse, and yelling and screaming and domestic violence. And you see many of these children at one point, or they just go numb because they can't handle it. They disconnect completely from all that's happening, even the sound of, what's going on in the other rooms, to be able to survive this space. And because of this, they might have just kind of like held that into their system all the way to, their adulthood, where they shut down their own emotion, they shut down their anger, they shut down their sadness, as if emotions are dangerous. So if the association with emotions has been, I can't handle it, I'm overwhelmed, I'll die from it, it's too much for me, then the system shuts down, and then will continue to be shutting down if we've never learned how to manage and handle emotions. Many people go through this until something really, another disastrous episode happens in their life, and then it just bursts. And then they can't handle that, kind of like the wall that's been holding it, the dam that has been holding it. The bad news is that when you numb yourself that way, because you don't want to experience the negative ones, you also shut down and numb all the positive feelings that you really want to experience, such as happiness, joy, and all of those. So people stop feeling connectedness. They don't feel the love and the intensity of love that shows up, and they sometimes get scared when the intensity shows up. If someone falls in love with them, or have a little puppy or a little baby which comes in front of them and just explores and explodes with all of this amazing emotion, they get scared and they move back because they have no idea how to handle that. So what do we do with this type of emotional numbness? If you've been traumatized before and you experience this type of emotional numbness due to trauma, I really request from you to seek psychotherapy and learn step by step in how to contain, name, and contain the emotion, plus to heal the past and be able to, release yourself from the hold of the trauma that's been there and all the meanings that you've given and you've had to suffer through. If that's not the case, and you're finding yourself being in a space of whether it was a practice that you did, or by accident you felt numb and then it kind of stayed, it's more of learning how to notice your emotions. So the first way of noticing emotions and feelings is to be in your body. Many people have kind of depersonalized and dissociated from their body, again, because of the intense emotion. So the point is, how do we get back to our body? If you notice, like when you go into cold water, you put your toes in and then you bring it out, and then you put the rest of your feet in and then you bring it out, and then go you slowly but surely until your whole body is in the cold pool. It's kind of the same thing we do with emotions. So what you want to do is to start being in your body and feeling the sensations. So practice with me if you can. Start experiencing your breathing and the way that you smell when you breathe in, what type of a smell does it have, and then what type of a temperature the air has as it goes into your nostrils. And then as you breathe out, experience the air coming through your mouth, and taste, what type of a taste does your mouth have? And then kinesthetic, what kind of a temperature do you feel around you? What do you see? What kind of a light you see around you? What kind of sound do you hear? I hear my dog barking right now. What other sounds do you hear around you in your own vicinity? And you can see that you can come back into your body and experience the body. Now watch your thoughts, and also go into your system and your body and see what kind of emotions and feelings you're experiencing. Start learning how to name those emotions, whether it is sadness or anxiety or joyous or calm or whatever it is that it shows up, and begin naming it. and recognizing those again for yourself. If it's hard for you to recognize emotions, one of the things you could do is start looking at different types of movies or different types of music, which they're all designed to provoke emotions in you. So as you're watching the movie and start feeling your body and the sensations that are happening, and see what type of emotions are showing up for you. Because the more you practice with the day-to-day experiences of small intensities of emotions, then you can get used to sitting with your emotion and delving into more intense ones. If you need support and you are afraid of experiencing your emotion because you think, if I'm right on the edge of the well of the sadness or depression or rage, and if I ever go in there, there's no way that I can come out and it's going to be destructive, seek help. Get a therapist so that you could work with your emotion and slowly but surely learning how to stay in your body, feel the emotion, name the emotion, and then release the emotion if it's unwanted, and feel it and contain it and experience it if it's something that's pleasurable that you want to keep it. Every emotion has some sort of message for you. So you also want to know what the thought process is beside the emotion for you and what it is that is sharing with you. And if you need to do anything about it, or just remember it and enjoy it. Other people that I've noticed that are becoming a little bit depersonalized and lack of emotions also are people who are using drugs. So sometimes a drug invokes type of a depersonalization. So if that's also what you're doing, my suggestion is try um, to get off of it and see what experiences your body will have again, experiencing your true emotions and feelings. I hope that was helpful.